I've been to Al-Anon for 8 years because I didn't really understand what my partner, my ex-husband, my other ex-husband, my
as MCs, as performers, as teachers, as politicians, we all have that voice. The voice is one tool that will help us communicate and show what it is that is internally a part of who we are, whether it's our expression, our creativity, our imagination, our passion. So I feel very, very passionate about talking about voice. But before voice, I can only really start from the beginning prior to that. And I always go back to the basic model of indigeneity. We always talk about the 4 directions. We talk about the medicine wheel. So 4 is a very popular number in indigeneity. So I make reference to that because it is universal. So with that, I say one of the 4 that we have, there's the earth, the fire, the water, and the air, the 4 elements. So if we start with the 4 elements, our whole being as humans definitely is reliant on those 4 elements. Breath happens in 3 basic ways for our purposes. And the first breath that we have, obviously, is the lungs. And we use this for physicality when we're running, definitely. I myself, I'm a marathon runner. And so I'm very reliant on my lungs, the breath in my lungs. For cardio, you develop that breath as you go. The second place, I am told, is the diaphragm, which is more center-ish in here. And when we expand this area, we use it for singing. So to get that air into the diaphragm, when we breathe in, it's that soft palate of the mouth. Getting the air to that soft part of the roof of your mouth, right in the back. And then the air goes into the diaphragm. And we hear that with our singers. When you hear a tape, a CD, a record, you hear a singer on the radio, you're listening to your favorite song or singer, that's what singers do. In between lines, they give you that breath. You can hear that. Sometimes they take that out because they don't want that to be heard on their album. But on a lot of albums, you will see that. And when you hear singers performing live, you'll hear that over the mic. So it could be in the phrase like, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. And just getting that little breath in there as quick as possible and carrying that out. So when it comes to singing, we breathe in the diaphragm. For speakers or projection, we breathe into our stomachs, into our bellies. And it's like turning your stomach into like a balloon full of air. So it's that ooh sound going in. That's the metaphor. And that gives you the power of projection. Today, I want to talk a little bit about the physical tools, the physical realm, the physical being of theater. And that comes with a lot of things. In the first session, I was talking about voice. And with voice, we talk about the necessary importance of breath every time we use our voices. So we always go back to the fundamentals, back to the beginnings when it comes to our 2 tools, being the voice and the body. So concerning the body, I've always been interested in this whole idea of place and space. Meaning, there's a saying, a philosophical saying. I wish I could learn how to say this in Cree. This is something that Gloria, I'll ask you to help me with down the road. The saying goes, wherever you go, there you are. Hear from the ladies, but to give you opportunities to actually do like a formal kind of online Zoom introduction, because it's a good practice for us to keep practicing introducing ourselves. So this will come, I think, from you can source the bios that you submitted to me if you want to talk about those. But it's really just an opportunity on camera learning to say, hello, my name is Curtis Peeteetuce. I'm from the Beardies and Okomasis First Nation. I am a father of an 11-year-old. I have a cat. And I've been working as a storyteller, theater artist, an actor, writer, director now for almost 20 years. And I'm very, very proud of how far I've come and how I've been supported in my work. So as you can see, it's very short introduction, but being comfortable with the words, letting those words roll out and learning to take out the because we want to start learning in our speak to take those things out, okay? So we'll give you each an opportunity, but I think as well, I wanted to hear from each of you, either a memory, a story, a teaching, or even a question or comment when it comes to the idea of our voices, okay? So the first thing we'll do is just get you to introduce yourself formally, just practicing the introduction of yourselves on camera. And then the second thing is to share that story, that thought, that memory when it comes to our voices. What stands out when we talk about our voices, okay? So what I will do is I will go on mute here and we'll hand it over to Gloria. You can.
Hi, my name is Gloria Mayo. I'm from Muslim First Nation. I speak my language, my Cree language, very well. And I am one class away to get my social work degree. I work at Wanuskewin Heritage Park right now. And what I do there is I take people on trail walks and I talk about the how the First Nation people used to use the park, and I guess that's it. Thank you.
Good, wonderful. Yeah, right on. So what we'll do is we're going to start practicing that on a regular basis, because what we want to do is try to imagine each and every time we introduce ourselves, even though it's repetitive, it's like acting. You can do a show 20 times, but each time you perform, it has to be fresh. It has to be new. It has to be alive. So we'll start just practicing our little introductions on a regular basis. Donna, you're up.
Hi, my name is Donna Marasti. I'm originally from Pelican Narrow, Saskatchewan, Peter Ballantyne Band. I moved to the urban setting about 25 years ago. I was an elementary school teacher for about 8 years. I worked as a coordinator for a special needs facility for 11 years. The reason why I chose that career is because I'm a caregiver to a daughter that has cerebral palsy. On top of that, I went to take graduate studies at the U of S in regards to special education. I finished off the year. I need about 2 classes to get my master's in special ed, but I'm not pursuing that anymore. I've worked all my life as a single parent because of my daughter, and she had taught me so much in life. I took the interpreter's language program through the Saskatoon Police. I'm an interpreter for the Cree language in Saskatchewan. And I think that's all I can give right now. I got other degrees, but I'm not going to mention certificates, especially the one that I took bartending course with one of my daughters because she was the only female in the class. So she asked me to pay $600 to take that class with her because she didn't want to be the only female there. So I took it. I got a certificate to be a bartender. That's the reason why I took it, was just because of her. But I learned a lot. I was the elder in that class. Who cares, eh? Who cares? So I had fun. And that's it. Thank you for listening to me.
Wonderful, wonderful. And that's the beauty of it. When we are sharing who we are, if we can find those little things, those little stories, that little story just gave us such a sweet, sweet ending to your bio. All right, so we are done for this session. Thank you very much.